Hey everybody, welcome back to Cottonwood Hill Farms. We got a big day ahead of us today. We're finally getting ready to grind some feed. I've got to get this grinder. We got to get a battery for it. What I'm going to do is take the battery out of my Chevy, put that on the grinder, and then we're just going to get a new battery for that truck. But scale head, I've got that on here. I'm going to get it hooked up quick, get it cleaned off. We went through the other day and I hooked this up the tractor. We got everything greased, except I saw we did miss one grease zert down here. But I got everything greased, got all the chains lubed and everything. The one thing I did notice on this grinder, this is a Massey Ferguson 1050, I believe. Yeah, 1050. Really good shape. But one thing I did notice is in here for the loading auger here, intake auger, whatever you want to call it. This is all mechanical. There's no hydraulics on this. I know a lot of the like the Gels and I think some of the international, anyway, I know some of them have hydraulic drives for like the augers and different things like that. Anyway, this thing is all mechanical. There's no hydraulics on it. So the way it works is if the mill's running right now, the intake auger is running. Now it does have a slip pulley on it, and right here you're supposed to be able to disengage that with a tensioner pulley, but it's got some rust on it, and so I can't get it to disengage, but I think it's because the pulley needs to be shined up. And so I'm hoping after using it that should work, because right now if the mill's running, so is the intake auger, and you can't shut the intake auger off. But other than that, everything seems to be working fine. Like I said, I got one grease zert I got to fix, or not fix, but get greased up on it, and then I got to pick that battery up. We'll get the scale head hooked up, and then hopefully this thing will work. Thought I had a pair of alligator clips. Apparently I don't, so I'm gonna have to pick some of those up. So I'm gonna run into town, pick up some alligator clips, get another battery. I gotta do a couple other things, and then as soon as I get back this afternoon, we're gonna get going on this sprayer. I got some parts coming on that. As soon as I get those parts, get that all back together, get it out, get it all flushed out, and that thing's gonna be ready to go, which is a good feeling. I'm actually feeling prepared this year. We'll see. And we'll find out if it's going to work or not. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I got busy and forgot to turn the camera on, but the scale, I got to mess with that. I'm not sure if it's a scale head or if it's one of the scale bars, but something on the scale isn't working. And so we had to use buckets, which isn't a huge deal. There was two of us, so it went fairly quick. Took us about 45 minutes, just a lot more work. But anyway, I got busy with that and forgot to turn the camera on. But that was a load of ton of layer feed. I'm gonna make another ton here in just a little bit, so I'll try and remember to turn the camera on. But what we did is I got a little scale over here. I just put on this little piece of wood, give it a solid place to sit, and we just use that to weigh our ingredients in 5-gallon buckets. It wasn't too bad. The peas and the what was it? The peas and the Corn, I think, were the most. Peas were the worst. We had 27 buckets of peas, but wasn't too bad with a couple people. We had to mix up a little starter feed for these chicks that we just got this morning. And Dakota's just feeding them. So that was our layer feed we just made. It's got peas, wheat, oats, corn, alfalfa pellets, a poultry NutriBalancer, and calcium in it. Now we're going to put it into a big one of those super sacks. So this is the second batch of layer feed we made. That first batch is for a friend of ours. We're putting it in a bag. This is for us. I don't know, that first broiler feed I made was a little too coarse. I upped my RPMs a little bit, and this layer feed turned out a little bit better. That's a good looking pair right there. Woo! Ow, ow! All right, so it's the next day. It's a little warmer today, a lot warmer today actually. That first batch we made was broiler feed, and it really didn't turn out like I wanted it to. It's real coarse. It's not as fine. I don't like the consistency of it, so I'm gonna hook the grinder up again, and I'm gonna run that back through one more time, just because for large chickens, you know, full-grown chickens, it probably would be okay. But a lot of the peas and the corn kernels they're only maybe cracked in half, and I want more of a mash, I guess, for my broilers. And for the starter, we had to mix up some starter for the little chicks, and it's way too big for those little baby chicks. So we're gonna run it through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up my RPMs. That's what I did for the layer feed. I noticed that at first, and so when we made those two batches of layer feed after that, I upped my RPMs to, I guess, well, the RPM gauge doesn't work on the Massey, but when I first ran it on the John Deere, it was like 1600, and then I guess that second batch I made, no, it was with the Massey. So anyway, I don't know where I wound up, but I know I was at a higher RPM. It had to be closer to probably 2100, somewhere in there, 2000, 2100, and it made a big difference. And I've always heard that RPMs make a big difference. So we're gonna run it through one more time, and hopefully that'll kind of turn out a little bit better. That's definitely more of a mash. You can still see some of the kernels. I don't know if you guys can catch that or not. I'll show it to you when I get inside. But this is a lot better consistency. I pulled out a couple buckets. Those buckets, that's that broiler feed I just remixed. These buckets should be close to 30 pounds. I know they're definitely in the mid 20s, but anyway, I need 50 pounds for my starter for our broilers. So what I'm going to do is take this over, I'll weigh it, make sure I got 50 pounds, and then I've got I already weighed out 4.5 pounds of fish meal, and so we'll add that fish meal in, mix it all together, and that's my starter for my chicks. This is the consistency on this is so much better. This is what I'm looking for. Even for my layer feed, I think I'm probably, I don't know, we'll see how that other stuff does, but I don't know if I want it quite this fine for the layers, but close to that. This is really, I really am liking this. All right, so we got the babies down in here. So this is my fish meal right here. I'll weigh out my grain real quick. We're going to put it in here and then I'm going to mix it all up. Weeks and then they go out in these chicken tractors.
That's gonna be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, 8 weeks. That first morning I put sugar. It's a good feeling to have all that feed made. I've never had, I don't know that I've ever been this prepared for spring. And we've had some help. Like I said, we've got, in the last video, we've got a younger guy that's been helping us. And you've seen him, he was helping us grind feed too. That's Kent, real nice young guy. And then another girl, Ellie Mae, she's been coming out and helping us just a little bit. She's just around here for a little bit. She's taking off here, I think in another week or so. But anyway, it feels good to have all that feed made. And then hog feed, got plenty of ingredients to get that made. We got pigs coming next week. We got a couple pigs coming, and then in about 6 or 8 weeks we got another few pigs coming too. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks for coming along. Like I said, we always appreciate it. Appreciate the support. If you guys got any tips, I'm no expert on making feed. I'm just figuring this out. I got a guy that's kind of mentoring me and helping me, but if you guys got any suggestions, tips, drop them in the comments. I'd be happy to take any constructive criticism. And don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification button so you guys don't miss any of the other videos coming out. I'm going to try and start getting more consistent videos coming out and getting back into it. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're fairly active on those as well. You guys take care. We'll see you in the next one.